Okay, I think I just shared it out to all the places I wanted to go. And let's start this off. To Fontaine I go. Which direction? I don't know. Probably back to the court? I'm gonna go over here. Realistically, I'm trying to think like... Alright, you just won the court case. It's time to... go get some food. I'm gonna get the quest real quick. Like the faint moonlight of yesteryear. Also, I have no idea how loud I sound, so about to find out. And of course, in the court, nah, we'll just teleport there. Maybe I'll find the elevator to take me down. Oh, never mind. It's literally just right here. What I really should do is put the Traveler in the party, but we're not gonna do that. Go to the Hotel de Board. We shall enter and see what the deal is.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Ooh,
that looks delicious.
everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
And this ain't no farewell meal. Like, we still got work to do here. Because it's still too early. It's certainly worth celebrating. It was a pleasure working with you.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Huh? Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food.
Yeah, you don't need to do that. I'm guessing you're rich based off your outfit, though. So she can afford it. Don't worry about it, Paimon.
Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Doubt it, but I feel like we'll have a hand in it.
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
Yeah, why are they doing that? I want to say I feel like they're trying to get the Oceanids back somehow, but I don't know. That cheesecake right there, that looks really good. That cupcake right there, I want it. What am I drinking? Is that soup? Looks like tomato soup, but it's probably tea.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Yeah, that was honestly terrifying. That guy just dissolved. I'm pretty sure that's probably like, I want to say the first, but like third like violent thing I've probably seen in this game. Just that guy just dissolved into water. It's kind of scary.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability, it's just that a different perspective is required in some matters.
Aether looks like really tiny in that chair.
It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough, which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exist. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist, to seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right?
Yeah, as of now, yeah.
Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
We're gonna go find my sister. Oh, and to build the harem. But, we need to ask the Hydro Archon for some information. But we haven't had much of an opportunity to do so, even though she requested an audience to see us, but was like, "Ha, welcome to Fontaine, I am the all-knowing Hydro Archon. Bow down, mortals, bow down."
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
That too.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
I guess, but come on, I'm the Traveler. I've been to all these nations. Can I cut in line just real quick? Just ask a couple of questions. I need an hour or two of her time.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Come on, just 2 hours. 2 hours of her day. It's simple. Ask her simple questions that I probably already know the answers to. Your sister? I didn't know you had a sister. Well, can't help you there. I know nothing about the Abyss. Bye. That's basically it. The only Archon that actually had pretty useful information was Nahida, telling the Traveler and Paimon that the Traveler is the fourth descender. That's the only useful information. And I'm really curious to see how it's gonna build up after that.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Ooh, okay, you piqued my interest. Do tell.
Guess that's Bina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance.
That seems a bit much, and I'm probably gonna go to jail for that.
I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
Maybe. That'd be really entertaining.
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed.
Whoa.
Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions.
I'm just imagining some artist actually drawing that, just under her bed. She's getting ready for bed, got her hat off, got her pajamas on and everything. She's all snuggled up in her bed, and then all of a sudden, Paimon and the Traveler just rise up Lady Farina, wake up. What the hell? How did you two get in here? Guards! No, wait. Don't call the guards. Don't call the guards. Look, I have questions. You have answers. Where's my sister? I know nothing about your sister. Get the fuck out of my room! I need to see someone actually draw that. Hopefully I can find it on Hoyoverse or on Twitter when I go back to download it.
I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That seems highly illegal and, again, will throw me in jail.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Let's see, I've been arrested in... I mean, I got really arrested in Sumeru, but that was all part of the plan. But, I've been, hunted, in, 4 out of the 5, countries.
Ah, valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
Look, if it was, any other person that wasn't, in a high position, I would probably do that. Be give me answers, 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 give me answers. Thank you. You can go back to sleep now. I'll leave. Bye. But, since it's the Hydro Archon, I can't really do that. How can you overlook something like that?
All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break.
Maybe if I just throw Mora down. Like, you know, in Assassin's Creed 2, you could just throw, like, Florins around, and, like, the crowd is like, oh, money, money! Just have, like, a whole bunch of Mora, and just, like, sprinkle it around, cutting the line, be like, Lady Farina, I'm here to talk to you.
You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
I would hope so, jeez. She was, like, so dead set on getting Lyney, like, a guilty sentence, and I was just like, it's a bit much. I think she just wanted to prove herself, like, in front of the Traveler, honestly. She's like, I'm the Hydro Archon. You're not impressed with my power? Watch this, I will battle you in the court, my battle of wits. And then just getting decimated, basically. Like, she had us on the ropes, I'll give her that. But, like, she was just so dead set, like, this is what happened, Lyney fucking did it. And I just proved her wrong. Well, we all proved her wrong.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
It's worth a try. Would someone with her personality really feel shame? She wouldn't show it.
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Just go to the court. Lady Farina. Lady Farina. Lady Farina.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink?
That was Fanta? You mean Fanta? Is that orange Fanta?
Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
Also, yeah, why is the cup so close to Paimon? If it was yours, you should have brought it closer to you.
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Well, my housemates are yelling. Hang on. I can't tell if it's a movie or, like, they're just playing games. I have to agree. My drink is also tasting that way.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then.
I want to taste Fanta. If it tastes like Fanta, it probably doesn't taste like Fanta.
If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
That'll be 50,000 more.
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
You could try walking, you know.
Nah, that would be so... normal. You know, like you.
I mean, I guess, but, like, it would also look kind of cursed. Like, there's probably... No, there is. A artwork piece with Paimon, like, on the ground, and it's honestly cursed to me. Like, nah, she does not... She's not meant to be walking on 2 feet. Just float the entire time.
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia! What are you doing over there?
Did you use your work funds to pay for that meal?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Oh my god, she just spent 50,000 Mora just to treat us, Paimon. Those were all her work funds. How are they gonna pay for dry cleaning for all their suits and dresses, man? Oh my god, I feel so bad. We should not have come here. Seems that was pretty tough for her. That was a pretty pricey meal, all thanks to Paimon.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your requests the highest priority.
Thank you.
In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya!
I do hope that she was, like, heavily involved with the further Archon quest, because she's an awesome character, to be honest with you. Oh, whoa. I wasn't expecting it to actually pop up like that. I was expecting it to, like, pop up, like, right here, like it usually does, but like, that kind of just sets the tone for me right there. Go to the Fountain Plaza in front of the Opera House. Okay. And honestly, I would teleport over there if I was making a video. But like I'm streaming, I kind of just want to just take the tram. Like I know no one's watching, just me, myself, and I. But like maybe I just want to talk for a little bit, without like just involved with the story. Even though the video is probably gonna be hella long. Just like the last stream, it was like in total 6 hours, and I cut out like a lot of it. Basically, it was like the beginning portion of it, and a lot of the breaks I paused it at or cut out, and then also the one event that's going on where you can unlock Bennett. I cut out most of that in the stream. It was mostly all just the whatchamacallit, the Archon quest. Also, is it the Navia line?
Looks like we're running out of time resources.
I don't know which one it is.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Ooh.
Adorable. It's been so long since I actually played as Hu Tao. Is this the right line? God, I hope it is. Where's the scene?
Welcome to the court, Fontaine.
We shall wait for the aquabus. So this is actually going the right way. Okay, yeah, it is. Hu Tao, you're... Okay. I didn't mean to do that. Elfane, start the aquabus. Immediately! Whoa! Thanks for the warning. So you're gonna give us a tour again? I'm not sure, like, how many times they're gonna
passengers.
the tours.
I am your tour guide for this trip, Alfan. We are now heading to Erinias. Many people are tried there and sent to the fortress of Meripede.
Where's... Oh, I wonder if the... Where's the fortress at?
Passengers needn't worry. Life in the fortress of Meripede may be a good thing for certain groups of people.
Why? Explain. I want to know more about it. Maybe because they can duel their way out?
The construction of Clockwork Mecha has no restrictions outside of patent law. Other than the Fontaine Research Institute, many private workshops are engaged in researching and building all kinds of Clockwork Mecha. Some people will modify existing models, and other criminals will use Clockwork Mecha for theft, robbery, surveillance, and illegal exploration, among other activities.
Fun.
If you encounter such a situation, please report it to the nearest Maréchaussée personnel immediately.
I think that's the prison over there, to be honest. I don't even think you can actually get over there. Maybe you can, I don't know. I haven't explored much of Fontaine. It's literally just been like the Archon quest. And then doing like the events. But that location right there gives me
We
like
are now
Alcatraz
arriving
vibes.
at Marcotte Station, where this journey ends. Any passengers interested in taking a commemorative photo of their aquabus journey are advised to do so at the court of Fontaine Station on the Clementine line.
Why not this line?
This is because the atmosphere there is much livelier. Plus, my diligent colleague Aval keeps her boat in a much cleaner, photo-ready condition.
The aquabus looks fine.
And also, my Malazine hands struggle with holding cameras.
Oh. Understandable. And if anything, I just take a selfie. Anyway, thank you for the ride. Hee hee. Let's see here. Also, this stream is actually going by pretty fast. I'm actually surprised by that. Like, literally, we were just talking to Navia, and it was 8 minutes in, and here we are now, like, 20 minutes in. Maybe I should have actually fast traveled. I might actually cut this part out. Who knows? I really wanted to actually just record instead of live stream, because I'm very sporadic with live streaming. That and I never know what to say, and usually I stutter or have trouble thinking of what to say. Like right now, I'm just kind of rambling. To where, I don't know, I just say something that comes to my mind. But I also feel like I'm gonna say something and just be like, oh, you're an idiot. Why would you say that? But sometimes silence is just best. But it don't matter to me right now. And also, why is it so far away? I knew it was right there, but like, come on. It's so much easier. I just can't get over like the architecture of this entire place. Like, even look at the fountains. It's like the Bellagio. Where they have like the fountain show every like hour in Las Vegas. Definitely recommend seeing those at least once if you ever go to Las Vegas, because it's a spectacle. I like it.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Wait, really?
Vache.
Vache. There's that voice again.
Looks like we're back here again.
Hey, Paimon, do you hear that voice? That's literally all the Traveler has to say, but... No, moving on.
Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
Yes. And it's clearer than it was during the day.
Ugh. That's kinda spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
No, let's see what this voice has to say.
Vache? Vache.
Who is this Vache?
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water.
All these rusty coin, all these Mora coins. I can feel strong emotions. Things are getting a little blurry.
Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kinda hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right? Hey, Traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
He just falls in the fountain. Huh. An oceanid. Where's this?
Vache. Are you my dear Vache?
No, I am Jack, aka Aether, aka the Traveler.
No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is?
I'm afraid not. I'm sorry, who are you?
Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know.
Okay, so theory here that I'm developing is that this fountain is usually for married couples for a fortune of bearing child. So this is honestly has to do something with love and partners and all that.
My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
You were once human?
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who is lost, therefore.
You lost your form?
I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
Light blue water? Could that have been... Could she be one of the girls who were dissolved? I think it
I
is.
also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril.
An adventure?
No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me, and I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting, I never knew how heavy it could be.
So you need me to find him.
No, our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories. The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember.
I believe it will be hard for him to forget you.
Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vacher above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing. If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth.
That means Vacher was a witness to the fact that you dissolved.
Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release.
So I wonder if that other guy kind of technically dissolved into an ocean at the trial, the ending of it.
It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface.
That guy definitely did not feel endless peace. That guy was in pain. So maybe not.
I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
It seems that after the bodies dissolve, some measure of the consciousness still remains.
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
Paimon? Oh, right. I wonder how much time has passed in reality.
Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vacher, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
What the hell is going on? God damn, World War out here.
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex.
Clorinde.
Clorinde?
Oh, yes.
Quick, now's our chance!
Oh, yes! That's sick!
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Clorinde. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
Yeah, that was actually kind of fast. Then what happened while I was out? Like, I was not expecting that, to be honest. I thought, like, something was gonna happen to where, like, they were gonna call the Gargamex on us just to, like, apprehend us for some reason. I thought Clorinde was definitely gonna be on the enemy side, but she was on our side for that one. I'm happy about that. I loved her fucking combat during that. I was pogging the entire time. Holy shit, yeah, that's a full send on her banner. Full send. Oh, I can't wait for drip marketing.
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Do not speak of my father!
Ooh.
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Silver, you did your best, and I appreciate that.
Thank you for your aid,
And no
Miss
escape.
Clorinde, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
Who sent the mechs?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful.
That's why?
Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I mean, yeah, we just wiped out... You guys just wiped out a whole army of, Gargameks.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
Probably the reason they sent them out to you was because, well, we actually made a break in that case right there. They totally thought, like, oh yeah, they're not gonna figure out, like, we've been dissolving people in the water. And then, you know, we just pretty much cracked that case open. We brought them to the light. And now they're after you.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law.
Then where'd they come from?
I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clarande. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Thanks, you too. Love your combat. Full send. Also, Traveler just is not feeling that well.
I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clarande was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, I just... She's...
What just happened?
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for!
I know, I just, like, heard a voice and, you know, passed out a little bit, and then a whole bunch of, like, Gargameks just decided to attack us. I wanted to participate in combat. But no, it's just a full-on cutscene. Kind of disappointed on that. But it is what it is.
Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Navia and her gang saved us! Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clarande who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Oh, so you're a fighter now, Paimon. Thanks for the rescue, Navia.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast.
Doesn't that mean you were also following me? Are you my stalker?
As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
How?
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Ooh, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
Wait, what?
How did that help?
I was gonna say, like, how does that accomplish anything?
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky.
Wait, do you mean that? I thought it tasted strange as well, but I couldn't be sure. Wait. What, they drug us? Those guys just try and drug us? Really?
Fanta only comes in sweet flavors. So how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Wait, what?
Yes. So if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Oh, she would have dissolved. Oh, man. What a save by Paimon. Holy shit. Wait, would it work the same way, though? if you drink it? Because, like, it seems like most of them just get, like, poured on them. How does that make any sense? Anyway, continue.
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Oh, hell yeah. Big old medal for Paimon.
Huh? Really?
Fortunately, Paimon, neither of us are from Fontaine. Otherwise, we would have been.
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger, and hurried here as quickly as I could.
But why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Lyney in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
Yes, because, as I said earlier, we cracked open the case of the missing person. Persons.
Well,
Plural.
you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of.
See?
And almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
I honestly think it might have helped. But I feel like that wouldn't, though, because we heard the voice before he even drank the water. So how would that contribute?
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the Traveler fainted just now. He said that he heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too! But it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
According to Lynette, the ability to hear voices like that has to do with one's sensitivity to the hydro element.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
Most likely. I feel like you either have to have a hydro vision or just be like covered in water or just surrounded by water.
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
I also gained some new intel.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Yeah, I spoke to Oceanid.
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
The voice in the fountain belonged to one of the missing women. A person named Vache was a witness when she dissolved.
Oh, that is important.
Also, hold up, I feel like I hear yelling, and I can't tell if it's my housemates or the neighbors for some reason, so give me a moment, please. Thank you. Okay, sorry about that. That was kind of weird. I couldn't tell if it was like my housemates like playing games or something, but it's actually my neighbors from whichever direction they're coming from. Kinda weird. Alright, back to it then. Tell everyone about what happened while you were connected to the Ocean's Consciousness.
Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately.
Yeah, probably because they have dirt on him.
Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened?
Most likely. If he's still alive, we should try searching for him.
Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
Alright, partner.
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Well, they tried to kill us, so yeah, I guess I'm in this with you, partner.
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right? And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
I will have my vengeance. Messing with us will cost them. This will prove to be their biggest mistake yet.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
Oh my goodness, look at that adorable smile. Gonna just take that real quick, and then... Also, I'm gonna see what is going on. Okay, weird.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you.
Alright.
We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Oh, good, good. What does that say? No, I don't even know what language that is. It's not French. It's not French, is it? I'm gonna have to Google translate that later. Let me take a picture of that. Thanks. Hear the Oceanids call and connect with their consciousness. That's 5 videos right there. More funds for the Hydro Archon. Or actually, I'm gonna throw a 10 or 20 at Zhongli. I'm gonna get that C1. It's not really necessary to get a C1 Zhongli. I kind of want it just because I could put down 2 of the pillars. I mean, I could wish on Child too, but respectfully, I really don't need Child, and I don't know. I just kind of don't need him. Anyone else, I would have been like, yeah, sure. But I also just need to say wishes. All right, Court of Fontaine. For this one, yeah, we will actually just teleport. Hope we don't run into Lyney and Lynette. Thanks for the Sunsetti and cabbage. That did not look like stairs to me. It looked like a huge, like, cliff drop-off. Look at the dog in that. Oh, poodles. Oh, no, you're kidding. Out of inventory. Who needs some artifacts, eh? Artifacts are kind of trash, I'm not gonna lie. On some of my characters, they're trash, especially if I don't use them. Just absolute garbage. This one's not that bad, to be honest, so, there you are, Mona. I definitely need to play more Mona. Why? I don't know, because I can. Overall, she's a pretty good support. I just need, like, a better team and, you know, maybe get, like, some crit rate. I just don't like the artifact farm. Like, they literally gave us 300 more spaces and I already filled it up.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
Dang, secretive.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Good.
Huh, very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
You think they would like have some like security, like maybe like a guard, a camera, a mecha guard, you know? Maybe password protected.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, Traveler.
Oh, yes, we get to go in here. Interesting that it's a ramp and not stairs. Oh, this is some underground stuff. Okay. Okay, now I understand why it's a ramp. This is very secretive. Do not expect a private investigator to live down in the sewers. I hate sewer levels in video games. It's the worst cliche. I hated him in Resident Evil and a lot of other games that I can't think of right now. And who needs ladders when I have a wing glider? Fine, I'll take the ladder. Oh, jeez, I forgot you can't do that. Also, I was gonna say, one of your ladders broke.
With the wind.
Ah! Oh my goodness. We're way down. Has this always been here? Oh my goodness. Y'all live down here? Oh, what? Hi. This is where the poor people live. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Even the music sounds kind of shaky. Like, people are just trying to get by down here. Wow, I was not expecting this. I'm pretty sure this was in the trailer. I just didn't pay attention to it. Oh man, I don't know how I feel about this. We got lizards running down here. Oh man, I can't imagine living down here. At least it ain't rats, just got lizards. Yoink. Oh, they have cats. They don't have rat problems. Like, what is this thing doing here? Like, how did they even get that down here? I have so many questions. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this was in the trailer, alright. Oh, that's where that waypoint was. I was trying to look for this one, and it said below, but I was just like, below what? It's a whole underground city down here. Land of corroded shadows and tainted currents added to the archive. Wow. I was not expecting this at all. It kind of reminds me of Arcane, like the underground. Just the way, like, pipes everywhere, kind of sketchy neighborhood. I mean, these people actually look pretty nice. They're more... no, they're not more civilized. The underground was actually pretty civilized before Silico took over. The only reason I'm bringing up this is because in one of my Discord servers that I'm in, they would always have like a movie night or just watching a show night. I actually got a ping from them. They're gonna watch what is it, The Dredge? Not Dredge. I don't remember what they said. But one of the things that we were watching was Arcane. I've never seen Arcane, and oh my goodness, that was an emotional roller coaster there, I will say. I don't really care for League. If you know me, we've already had this like joking discussion about it. We're not gonna talk about it. And oh my goodness, that's a big ass turtle. But for some reason, it just reminded me of the other underground in Arcane. But I want to see what movie they're actually watching. Descent. I think I know what that one is. It's like in West Virginia, a group of girls that like go spelunking in caves and such, and then they kind of run into these sightless creatures. I think that's what it is. Let me make sure. Descent movie. Oh yeah, it is. 9 p.m. Hold on, sorry. Should be like continuing with this, but here I am on the pause menu looking at the Descent trailer. Get mentally prepared for movie night. Yeah, The Descent is a... How would I describe it? It's kind of suspenseful and like kind of emotional a little bit. I just interrupted your Tao there. I feel bad. Anyway, let's continue on with the story. I'm getting like way ahead of myself. Whee! Huh. It's got a nice little tavern too. I'd drink at this place. Look at it. I love the emblem. Legal advisor.
You need to know how it works.
Oh, Yenfei would love you. So this is the place, huh?
So, this is your base? It's not quite what Paimon imagined.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Thank you. Well, so much for my expectations.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately.
Oh man, this is just like Mona's story quest all over again. Where she had like no Mora, and then here we are, we have Navia just spent like all her funds just to treat us to a farewell meal. I feel kind of bad now.
After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
That's nice.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Your father... He was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand.
Oh boy, story time.
My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets.
Dang, they cute the sad music too.
3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Why do I feel like Clorin was the one who dueled him?
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence.
Ah, so this is why you do this work. You don't want it to happen to anyone else.
But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena.
He must have known something was up. They probably would have killed him if he went to jail or whatever.
3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that.
Oh, he probably knew something. He had to die. That or he probably didn't request to actually die. He was probably like surrendering and they just killed him.
How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
Yeah, it does seem quite odd.
The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me.
Oh.
And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Seeking the truth for the sake of your family. You know, quite alike in this regard.
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
Yeah, I agree.
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that.
I guess, but it seems like it's more potent here.
People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
But how could... never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent
There
in
it
the
is.
duel was Ms. Clorand.
I knew it. It just seems so obvious. Oh, jeez. I'm still gonna wish for her.
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
I honestly think she didn't kill him, but, like, she gave him the opportunity to surrender, and then, like, was going to, and they're like, what are you doing? Nah, kill him. No, I refuse to kill him, and they just killed him anyway. So I feel like there's some secrets going on in the higher-ups, but we'll get more to that. No wonder the mood was a little strange between the two of you.
Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
Ms. Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either.
Maybe she did kill him.
She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Afterward, Ms. Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety.
That indicates that he intended to die in that duel.
Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? All right, anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
Oh, it's alright. I understand how important this is to you.
Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
Yeah, we almost got killed. Again.
Yeah, Paimon's beat.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
Okay, let's check this out. Wait, can we talk to Silver real quick? I think he's like the coolest out of the two. But Malus is actually pretty cool too. He reminds me of Alfred from like Batman for some reason.
Whether it be responsibility for Spina di Rosula or Master Callus's death, it all landed on Demoiselle's shoulders so suddenly. This won't do. I must become stronger.
Hell yeah. I believe in you, Silver.
Paimon slept so well. This place feels almost too safe.
I feel like it would be too loud, to be honest, but I feel like there'd be heavy sleepers anyway.
Huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
Standing guard somewhere.
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vache.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after having such critical new evidence appear?
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere.
Interesting. It could be a nickname.
I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vache person is a key witness in the incident.
There's definitely something higher up that's affecting this. I'm not sure if it's part of the Hydro Archon or someone in the courts. I don't think it's the Chief Justice. He seems like a fair and reasonable person.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
But someone in the higher-ups, like, noble area. They are already doing sketchy shit based off what Lyney said, which I still can't get over, to be honest. That was pretty fucking dark. I don't know. I'm curious to see how this is gonna go.
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept. If the Oceanid you met is one of the young women who went missing recently, we should be able to find some related information there.
Now, of course, it's up to like the voice actors and actresses pronunciation of the words, but Oceanid, I don't like that. Just Oceanid. I don't know. They had to make it sound French or something.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you. In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we?
Yeah, right. He's gonna let us see into his little vault. Yeah.
Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
Oh, wow. I was not expecting, like, back-to-back. Once upon a time in Fleuve Sender. Can't speak a lick of French, but I can do the accent, mon ami. Because, well, I am part French. Before they were a bunch of white flag-waving pansies.
Go!
Gotta make sure no French people are actually watching this, as I just shit-talk them. The truth is lost within the rain. Where are we going? Oh, we're actually going up here. I want to take the elevator. It seems more theatrical that way. Also, sorry if I just peeked the mic. I have no idea like how loud this mic is, because right now I sound pretty alright, but I don't want to peek anybody's ears. Because recently, whenever like I've been watching some of my stuff, I keep like peeking at the mic a little bit. I also just gotta find like the right distance between my mouth and the microphone. Oh no, just something to work on, I guess. The fact they have to climb this ladder every single day. There's probably an elevator somewhere, right? I just realized we're gonna die. Okay, we're just gonna speed this up. We're gonna speed it up. I'm sorry. There's no way they have to go climb up those ladders every single day just to get back onto the surface. There needs to be an elevator.
Go!
They said, poor people. Yeah, no.
Huh?
I like how it's still nighttime too. Didn't we just sleep? Must have slept the whole day. Like they could have made an elevator. Maybe they will eventually. Add an because this place is huge. I think it's the biggest city. I thought Sumeru was huge, but that's easily accessible. But I feel like there needs to be like an elevator somewhere in this building that goes all the way down. Because we have this one. This can easily just go down there. I think it's the 4th floor. I don't know, just things I think about. One thing I can't get over about Hu Tao's her eyes. They're stars. Literally. You have arrived.
The palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Yes, we're here to see the Chief Justice.
Welcome to Palais Mermoni.
Cardinal Assistant? I should not bother you then. Knock knock, anybody home? I know it's really late. Yes. This place is huge. Ooh. Over there!
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters.
I need to speak to him.
Huh. This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Nervalet's files are really secure.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
That sounds like Diona's voice actress. I forget her name, I'm blanking it. She's a real nice lady.
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep, yep. Paimon can tell. If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Lyney.
I don't think this is the same, person.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Lyney's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Yes, it is a thing.
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
Wow, we just lied to the, I don't know the character's name.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
It also kind of sounds like the oh, I can't remember her name. Whoever, what's her name? Whoever voices Jimmy Neutron. That's what it kind of sounds like to me. And she's in a lot of things. I can't remember her name.
Thanks so much.
That's what it kind of sounded like, though. She just sits behind the desk. I love how you can just see her, just hat. Knock, knock, knock.
Please come in.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, what an office you got here.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet. We only lied to get in because
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
So you're not mad at us?
We're looking for a man called Vache. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
I hope he isn't in on it. I really hope he isn't.
Who knew that Neuvillette would be so easy to talk to?
It's the eyes. Man.
Unfortunately,
It's the eyes. I don't trust the eyes for some reason.
I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vache has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years.
I honestly feel like it's a nickname of such. Or like, yeah, just a nickname.
There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Guess that's that. Back to square one.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette. We'll take our leave now.
Ahem.
What? Can't just say ahem. Like that.
Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Oh my god, please don't be in on it. Bro's so cool looking. His drip market, like, dropped, like, what, a couple weeks back? Like, when Fontaine came out? Like, damn, bro. Look at him. Don't be in on this, man.
Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should. It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel? Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die, despised and hated by all? Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Navia, are you okay?
I'm fine. Rain. It's raining.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
Rain.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Your father's case. Was he outside when it happened?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value.
He probably got dissolved, but there was something you didn't know at the time.
Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
The fact that people can be turned into water.
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water and then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier? All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself later?
Might as well just go with her now. We should go while the idea is still fresh.
Great. Let's go then.
What the hell? How did we... That was so weird. How did we get here? Where are we at? Oh, here. Yeah, I haven't been here yet, so this is... Well, I've been up here, but that doesn't count. What, we just trade the tray line here? How did we even get here? Did we swim? I feel like we swam. I interrupted her again. Also, what are these creatures? Look at them. They kind of look like Monsieur Navia. Can I capture one of them? Pew! Oh, I can. Look at that thing. Oh, this is another place. Built out of old ships? Interesting. Oh my god, octopus and all types of fish? Oh, I bet it smells disgusting right here. Let's have a look. Ooh, you can never go wrong with fish. I need more fish. Crap, crap, crap. Give me all these. Give me these. Give me these. Don't want any crab, but I'll probably buy some later on. The fact that this is built like out of old ships is kind of weird, but kind of cool. Ingenuity. Whee! I would never discovered this place. Where are we at? Where Dark Tide Echo added to the archive. Oh yeah, it's like an old ship port.
Whoa! What a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters.
Oh, nice.
My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
I think I'm starting to get why you like it.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past.
They must have been sailors or part of the Navy.
Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself, she's been convinced.
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all. It's our main base, our home.
Oh, what is that? Look at that thing!
With the wind.
hideous. Cut it up. Let's cut it up. Kind of reminds me of Assassin's Creed 4 when you go like spear fishing for sharks and whales and whatnot. That's what it looks like. He's a monster! Oh man, I need to go back and play that game. God, that game was so... There's so many games I need to play. Like, during this weekend, I was supposed to stream this, like, yesterday, and I couldn't find the motivation. So instead, I decided to play, like, Batman Arkham City. Go get that platinum. And oh my goodness, the Riddler challenges are not fun. There's a reason why I never did it in the past. It's not fun. I'll probably get the platinum probably next weekend, depending. I might do a little bit of it after I'm done streaming here, depending on how I feel. Because, like, I had to retry so many times. Like, watching other people's videos as they're playing as Batman, they just kill it. They've been, like, clearing some of these rooms in, like, 20 seconds. It's crazy to me. And here I am, like, taking, like, 5 minutes, 7 minutes.
You're gonna get burned.
But it ain't good.
How do we get in? This little ramp? Loose.
Maloose, we're back!
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners. You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
Poisson!
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You still remember, right, Maloose? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Lyney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could the mastermind be the same person?
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Story time.
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson. At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Good memory, Paimon. I don't remember that.
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety, while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance.
Drugs. We're getting into the drugs now. Okay. Ooh, boy. Also, who approved this to be, like, a good... Well, I guess it could just be, like, sold under the counter. It's just like, hey, you want some synth? It's bad stuff, man.
As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse, and called for a complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield. Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation. Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant. The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food.
Countryside estate. Dang, really esteemed.
But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
I wonder someone slipped in some of that synth and made him hallucinate a little bit, thinking there was like an enemy or something. So he was pretty much like framed to kill Jacques.
Sounds just like Lyney's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all.
Yeah, and if it was raining too, they probably like just snuck right in. Somehow like snuck in the synth and made him hallucinate.
Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene.
Oh man, they could have belonged to someone who got dissolved.
Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired.
And considering, I'm guessing most of these pistols are single shot, it's also possible the third person was to blame.
You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out. I'm finally headed towards the truth.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with 0 warning.
I totally doubt it. Someone slipped in some of that synth.
I think this third person is probably the key to the full truth.
But yeah, we gotta find that third person though.
On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning. Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly? I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
So you do know something else, Malus.
Malus, what do you know?
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
What?
Oh, shit.
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness. The doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live. And the serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina di Rosula about the details. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Right. so nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
Till yesterday.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
I can respect that.
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight? No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him. Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now?
He gave you the choice to live how you wanted.
Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out. Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where synth is produced. Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters.
Give me the location, I'll destroy it in an hour.
When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found.
Damn. It's probably gotta be hidden somewhere, right?
But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
I can.
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades.
This better not be Fatui. It probably is, but we'll find out.
There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture. But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war. The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
Good point.
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
Yeah, right, like they would believe us.
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Lyney's case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
That's true. Seems my father really had no choice. But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances case.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Malus.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
Thank you for all of that, Malus. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here.
They must.
When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people.
Wow, impressive.
The first is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior advisor.
Could be him. Senior advisor? manipulate here and there.
Huh? Florent?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well.
True, yeah.
Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Cabrières.
Uncle Marcel.
Uh-oh. What is the Confière?
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around with a lot of business connections in the city.
What if they're all involved?
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
Maybe he got, like, turned to it. He's like, hey, I need an informant. Give you some more money or something they need.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards.
Could be him, too. Because, well, that one guard was in on it. Who knows how many other guards are in it?
Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
They all have to be on it.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly.
Oh, jeez.
To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
Of course. And thank you, Malus. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
Let me investigate.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death.
Of course.
After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today.
Dang, they live here?
If it might help, you could also pay them a visit. I can make the necessary arrangements.
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much, Malus. You really are the best.
A new case awaits, my dear partner.
Leave it to me.
I hope we can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
Here we go. Investigation. Put on the detective cap. Cole Phelps, badge 1247. Alright, the Callus case records. 3 years ago, on a rainy night, banquet goers heard 2 gunshots outside the house. When they reached the scene, Callus had a gun in his hands, and Jacques had been shot and slain. Based on the investigations done then, there was no possibility that anyone else could have done the deed and escaped, and Callus was thus adjudged to have been the culprit. Alright. It's actually in the quest items now? Were they always in the quest items? Yes, they are. Hell yeah. Then we just go back and read fast ones. Please tell me Paimon. Yes, she's actually wearing the glasses
really
again.
turn into water.
Alright, we only have one of this. The water from the primordial sea.
Here we go again, trying to crack an impossible case. All proof and no motive.
Ah, shit. Here we go again. Well, Paimon, it's all up to us. Also, this ship is beautiful. We'll definitely investigate a little bit more later, but for now, we must go visit Jacques' family.
Go!
I wonder how they took all this. I hope they don't think that Callus killed Jacques. Especially since they like took them into their care too.
I'm just saying, if you're on fire, you're gonna get
Huh?
Anyway, this is gonna be interesting. I will probably do this for a little bit. I might go to movie night in one of the Discord servers, or at least see the ending of Descent. But let's see how far I can get in this. I got like an hour till the movie starts, and usually they just talk for a little bit. There's a lot of squid in jellyfish they got hanging around. Dang, look at that guy. He's got scars on his arms. Damn, this guy's seen some shit. Oh, here they are.
It is settled then. Please excuse me, and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Adele? Hello? It's me. Oh, wrong Adele.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
Let's not bother her for now.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Oh, dang. So she didn't visit them for like 3 years. This isn't good.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
Adele doesn't seem to be thinking the same way.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
Oh, jeez, here we go.
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you. And to all of us.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Wait, does that mean someone ordered Jacques to take out Callus?
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to.
What if Jacques actually was meant to kill Callus?
Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callus had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away.
Okay, yeah, I'm starting to think now that Jacques was supposed to kill Callus as like a way, like, if you don't do this, we'll hurt your family or whatever. This is my guess. And then maybe they sent a third person just to go witness to make sure like he would actually do it, and he couldn't do it. And then something happened that way. I don't know. Let's find out. Sorry.
Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
That could also be the reason too. He could have probably like purposely missed, and then Callus pulled his gun and shot him in self-defense.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons, regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh.
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
Alright. Jacques' family believes that he had struggled greatly with the order to kill Callus. Did Callus act in self-defense, or was there more to the incident? Can I talk with them again? Please don't start the whole entire thing again.
I'll leave my husband's case to you.
Thank you, Miss Spina, and Miss Spina's friend.
I will solve this case. For I am Cole Phelps. I mean,
Are you okay,
Traveler.
Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next.
Please don't cry again.
Laurent should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself together on the way, so please don't worry.
Raj. Oh, what did I just hit? I don't know what that was, but it gave me 10,000 more.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case.
The way that guy looked at me, it was like, oh shit.
Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callus was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callus's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene.
Oh.
But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person.
2 guns, bitch. If you get that reference, you're amazing.
About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a 3rd person there who was turned into water?
It's very possible.
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a 3rd person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today, no matter what others might say. he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Advisor of the Spina de la Rosa claimed that he was very grateful to Callus for his highness. He was also present at the banquet on the day of the case and can provide evidence that Callus did not carry a gun with him. Okay, maybe it might not be him just because of that display, but he could just be acting too. Put a pin in it. I have to go to the court of Fontaine. Oops. Yeah, we're just gonna fast travel those. It's gonna be a lot easier. Oh. Howdy.
Hey, Thierry, it's me.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've got news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the Guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Callus did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Lyney's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Why are you, like, really on the nose with this, Navia?
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Makes sense.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
The one thing I don't like about Genshin sometimes with the cutscenes is that it's all dubbed in, I want to say Japanese first. Or it might even be Chinese, to be honest. Or Mandarin, I should say. And it just does not match up in English.
Oh, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia.
I wish they would actually work on that, like they did in Star Rail, to where it's actually matched up pretty well. But they're not going to do it.
Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so Just come find me if you need any support from the guards.
I don't think he's in the clear. I think he knows something. Responsible for the official contact between Spina Rosa and the guards, according to him, only sufficiently rich and privately owned Archon's garments. I somehow feel like all three of them are in on it, somehow. Where's this guy? Contact Marcel. Marcel is one of our trusted agents. Corporal. That's not saying much. I gotta wait for the lift. If any of you have played Call of Duty 3, you would know that quote. Marcel is one of our most trusted men, Corporal. There it is. Where's he at? Let's try... Nah, he might be on the lowest floor. For some reason, I really want Kazuha to just randomly show up in Fontaine. That would actually be really nice. Because, well, he is the true wanderer. So he might as well just end up in Fontaine one of these days. We'll take him out to go get some food. Oh, he's even lower.
Time to go.
Hello. How may I help you?
Oh, this place, okay.
I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
Sure. I will let him know right away.
Ah, Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery?
Dang, you were there?
I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive.
Thank you.
To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
I do.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Oh, he knows something.
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea.
If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return there.
This man knows something's up.
If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
He didn't say 2 gunshots.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more.
See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora.
Yeah, we actually do need Mora.
All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
Marcel is the leader of the Copier and was the organization of the banquet years prior. The Confier and the Spina de la Rosa have always maintained a close working relationship. Though his recollection of events in this case is quite foggy, he's willing to defend Navia.
This can work. I'll just treat them as new samples.
Oh, the freaking Gargamex, man. They're scary. Like, why would you mess with them? I certainly don't like fighting them.
We've talked to all 3 suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
It could all be an act. Yeah, none of them really stood out as a suspect, but they could all be acting.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start?
Jacques' motive.
Ah, you're right! Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
If I was Jacques, I wouldn't have fired a shot at all.
Oh? And why is that?
Could he guarantee his safety after killing Callus? Oh, can he guarantee his family's safety after killing Callus?
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
Yeah.
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the Order and seek protection from my father.
Seems the third person was the one who derailed everything.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory. Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
The richest one. Marcel.
Uncle Marcel? My father did really trust him. And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex. It's still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child.
It's usually the closest ones that do the betraying.
Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of Mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
Maybe it was someone else. Thierry?
Thierry, you say? It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use.
But that'd be expensive. No way he's getting that much money.
But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering under wraps.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory.
True.
If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Maybe someone else. Florent.
Florent? It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques.
Dude, it's all 3 of them. It has to be. Just somehow they just were like, you know what? We gotta get rid of him.
But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security. so he shouldn't have much means when it comes to finances.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha army?
Yes.
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly. Who could it be?
I think... Oh shit, okay. Irrelevant. Select.
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
Yeah, he's the one that has the money. He only heard one gunshot, and he said that, oh, my memory doesn't serve me right because I'm old.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well.
It can't be the butler, can it? No. Not this case, no, please.
The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight.
No way, it's not Malus. Please don't let it be Malus. Like, why would he fight the mechas then?
Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
He is someone who's very close to you, after all.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
The synth production base.
Yes. Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky. But we don't have any other options right now.
Send me in.
We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Oh shoot, he was that guard that was running down there. I saw him like at the corner of my eye. I was like, what's that guard doing?
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Another one? Who?
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
Yeah, who's held?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Oh, shit. Wait, child?
What? Is that someone you know?
Yeah, I've had some dealings with Tartaglia. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little too well.
Yeah.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
How did they come to that conclusion?
Wait, how? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
Okay, Child is definitely being framed for something.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right, because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
True. I also feel like the higher-ups in Fontaine, like, they really don't like the Fatui, because, you know, they're scumbags. But since they're like, let's throw someone under the bus in the Fatui. Throw Child in there.
Yeah. And it'll be a lot harder then to clear Mr. Callus's name.
Yeah, let's go to the trial. Let's go.
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do?
I clicked too fast, sorry. Let's split up.
Huh? Split up? What do you mean?
You can go with the Irenaeus while I go investigate that place.
Just as expected of my partner. Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base wide open. You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
Leave it to me.
We'll help you, just like you helped us in Lyney's trial.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
Dang, y'all rushed over here.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malus, Silver. When did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance. It's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Irenaeus. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
See you then!
Suspect analysis. Combining information regarding the Gargamets and investigation results so far, it can be concluded that there is only one person who can have a large number of Gargamets in the possession and run the synth business without leaving traces. This person is none other than Marcel.
Now that Navia has set out for Irenaeus, we should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over.
Also, I saw someone in chat, but I couldn't read the chat. I didn't want to, like, alt-tab over there.
Huh. According to Malus's info, the synth production base is underwater.
Oh, we going swimming.
Let's go and try to find the entrance.
Interesting they would teleport us right out here. Dive, dive! I will say this is probably like the most beautiful part about Fontaine, is the ocean floor. Though I haven't really explored it much other than like waypoints and a little bit of combat. Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Excuse me. Oh, that did not feel good. Seagrass. Some weak sections of the fauna can be cut. Can I cut them? I need something stronger. Wait, what? We're gonna talk to her underwater?
Finally found it!
What the hell?
Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all.
How are we talking underwater? Are we, like, telepathically speaking? I know we can technically breathe underwater because we have, like, somewhat gills. Technically. From when you touched the first Hydro Archon statue. Well, they don't want it to stand out.
Ah, you're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
Oh, geez. Meanwhile, in the opera, Epiclès.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia.
Dude, who's his attorney right now?
Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
Is this man defending himself?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name.
Oh.
Is that right?
Child, no. What are you doing?
In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right?
Oh, he just wants a fight, man. Shit. Hang on. I actually have to save this. Oh, it's not what I wanted. Apologies. I want to do Alt F10 and Alt F9. Did not mean to open that. Good thing it was nothing too bad.
I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey! Don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
You obviously don't know the 11th Harbinger of the Fatui.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House.
Oh my god, the sass.
Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
No. That's not what I meant.
I can't fight. That's basically what she's saying.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly. We have made very little progress. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Yeah, who, like, brought him in here? Like, yeah, he's the one who did it. He's just like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? I'm just here. I'm looking for a fight. Why am I being involved with this case?
Huh? What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
Shut up.
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui Harbingers.
They may be assholes, but it's definitely not Targalia.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics?
Oh.
We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default. Correct?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway, so I'll take you up on that offer. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted.
Also, why is he suspicious? What evidence do y'all have?
Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
Oh, I actually get to choose now.
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Oh, God.
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it.
Yes.
And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation.
Oh my God.
Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Does it also work in reverse? If the court charges someone who's innocent? Eh?
Yes, I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court.
Oh my God.
Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial.
Oh, jeez.
Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Is that allowed? That should not be allowed. Then again, this ain't America.
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
It's probably too boring for her.
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel.
Right.
Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries.
Okay.
These are the known facts about the case.
Here we go.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger.
Personally, I feel like we needed more evidence to actually try Marcel, but let's go.
In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene.
Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
Here we go. Okay, so yeah, they're having the banquet, owned by the, two gunshots. During the banquet, all attending guests heard two gunshots from the courtyard. According to the investigators, Callus, who had a motive to kill, murdered Jacques for betrayal. I don't think I can refute that.
Something's not right.
Oh, well, it's not that one yet.
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered, and instead shared everything with Callus, hoping to seek the latter's protection. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility, and had sent out another assassin.
And then when the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance Jacques lay dead in a gunshot wound. It is now known that Callus did not bring a gun with him. Moreover, the details of the person on the scene. Can it be this one? Nah. That one still seems like that's correct. The guards investigated not recovering any firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. Right. It's definitely not that one. What is this one like? No. Oh, that one, yeah.
This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead.
As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second one must have taken Jacques' life. I feel like that's right. I feel like the loophole is this? No? Is it any of these? No.
Something's not...
This one? Oh my god. This is the one thing I hate. I'm not that smart. Okay, it's
A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice. Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
Yep.
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Yet.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things. One, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home!
Shut the fuck up!
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Huh. Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently today?
I don't know.
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Maybe, or maybe she just wants to see how this goes.
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
Would you believe that? Even like I know this is like the case is like 3 years prior to the case that we had with Lyney. But like, would you believe that someone dissolving into water with no evidence?
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him.
Freaking motorcycle outside. Sorry.
The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
Hear, hear.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clorand.
Oh, don't bring me into this.
I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clorand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callus was intending to die?
He did not yield.
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Yes, we're getting there. Calm down, audience members.
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, and at the end of Lyney's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your most endearing traits.
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Don't know what she can say to that.
Oh, yikes.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations, until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter?
Oh, no. You don't get to pull the emotional strings on this.
But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah, well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson.
Uh-oh.
Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances?
You could still be roped in on it. They need more people to fucking join.
You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Seems like she got the wrong guy.
No, we didn't.
At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now?
No, don't let him
He wished for
manipulate
you to become
like that.
more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings. Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them. The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes.
I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher?
Uh-oh, got him there. Got him there.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Sure, pal.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Switch to Traveler. Yes! I was kind of getting tired of the court. Just a little bit. Mostly because it's all talking and talking. Which I love about the story and all that, but like, I want to know what the Traveler was doing at the time. Probably in evidence and stuff. Oh man, look at this place. Definitely swallowed up in the sea. What is this? Party. Oh, what is party setup? Oh, oh, that's so cool. It's just the abyss and the stars. Yeah, let me set this up real quick. Who should we bring out on this little adventure? There's definitely gonna be some hydro. So I want to pick Kuching, but I kind of don't. No, I'll pick Kuching. Kuching, Ganyu, Raiden. I don't know what to pick. Alright, let's go. Oh, what are you? Okay.
I'll settle this.
This is long overdue.
Ah!
Shine down.
Whoa.
The floor is going up!
Wait, there could be treasure missing.
Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
I guess so, but I don't feel like he's the main head of it, though. There's more at work here. Treasure. Ooh, shiny. Shiny. They should have had more hidden chests. Cause I just want to be like, oh look, my curiosity paid off. 2 Primo Gems. Okay, this is kind of cool.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
I thought she was gonna dive off. She gonna dive this time? There we go. Absorb. Creates a heavy armored shield. Okay, holding it down, release. Thanks for the power. Oh, R2. Ooh, what is this? Who are you supposed to be? Some unknown dead god? Hmm?
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Paimon, how do you know that? we need to get up there. Like, how would you know that, though? Have I fought these things before?
There is no escape! With sword comes shadow. Hey! Shine down!
Out of my way! No touching!
Ah, I should have brought a shielder.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Also, probably not a good idea to bring 3 Electro characters, but it is what it is. I really want to know what this base even is. It seems abandoned, too. Sure, there's a couple, like, mechas guarding it, but, like, why would you have to flood it to get in?
Now the path is clear! Let's go!
Oh, that's a nice little aquarium. Oh, see, I almost missed that. Now we're getting somewhere. Kinda looks like a temple. I wanna know what these guys are. They could be unknown gods that we don't know about yet. Time for a fight.
Blaze over! Cut to the chase! Dissipate! Next on the agenda, Born of Ice and Frost. Come on! Focus!
Lightning purified!
Speed of light! Hey!
Too easy. All because of Kuching and Gani. Oh, where are we going now? What secrets?
After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum. Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here.
If I'm not mistaken, he's being charged by Navia as we speak. But I don't think he's not the mastermind though. He's just an accomplice. Accomplice?
That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the Opera House and help Navia.
I don't like. I think they should know better to know like he's just an accomplice. He's not the actual mastermind behind it. There's no way he can fully plan out all this, and especially like the business with the Sith. Or the synth? The Sith? Yeah, he's part of the Sith. He's a Sith Lord. Investigations.
What's all this? Aw, it's a bunch of really cute things. Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
This must be like the possessions of the people they kidnapped. There's a name too.
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute things labeled with different girls' names?
They probably belong to the victims.
Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here?
Well, I don't really like Paimon's scared eyes.
And then they were turned into water. And all the boxes of things. These names. That means... Oh, this is terrible.
Oh, wow. You discovered the objects within the containers, but labeled with the names of those who own them, with the depths of the HQ. The names here must have something to do with the victims in the serial disappearance cases. This might be proof that this was their final stop. Yikes. And it really got dark. Again.
Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea.
There's so many.
Mixing in progress, ready to drink, stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled. Whoa, there's even fruit-flavored synth?
Do not drink it. Well, that definitely proves that this is where they produce the synth.
Yep, it's super obvious.
Popular potion circulating quite wildly. It gives the drinker a very pleasant experience for a short time, but its side effects are equally strong. The producer uses these special characteristics to earn a massive profit from its trade. Every time they say synth, I'm thinking of like the Fallout Institute synths. Are you a synth? You got a component in your head there?
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough.
Jacob Ingold's. I should probably write that name down.
The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
Calm down, Paimon.
Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before.
Don't go on 4chan then.
How can someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone? You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
Okay, I'll read it out loud. The goal of the researcher is to save his lover, a woman called Veneer, who was dissolved.
So that's why he did all of these experiments. Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane!
There's another name here. Lasair.
Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
No, he's the researcher.
You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments?
Yes, he signed off a bunch of the experiment reports. The voice I heard from the fountain was probably Veneer.
So that's it! Vache was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either! If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
There must be more than to meets the eye.
In any case, Paimon will write it all down.
Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions of the primordial sea and his use of theory as a foundation to archive a breakthrough. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved. There are many more records like these. Like, why would he keep going with that, though? There must be more into it. Because it seems like if once they dissolve, they kind of lose their physical body and kind of turn into oceanids. And also, what is going on in here? That's kind of cool and gross at the same time. Oh, examine the pool, yes.
Oh, look! There's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of water!
This must be the water from the primordial sea.
That means this is where they make all the synth! And that special water is the main ingredient! If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth, but the pure stuff can dissolve a human! Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence.
Probably take the camera out too and take pictures too. Pool found within the HQ is filled with water from the primordial sea. The mastermind could use this to create synth and directly use it to dissolve people. The real question is why? Why go through all this?
Let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes Detective Paimon's eyes.
I wish you were wearing the glasses right now.
Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
It's probably related to his and Jock's case.
Yep, it's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it. This should prove the existence of the third person, right?
Yep. Is there anything else?
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization.
Hopefully we find out at the end of this event, or quest I should say.
The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely. I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups.
They planned this well in advance.
They're all just so evil.
And I also don't think it's Fatui. This is definitely something deeper inside Fontaine. And thus sent a third party to ensure Callus' death. The content of the following define the culprit's motive to some extent.
We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on. But
Who really is this Fossaire?
yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even Neuvillette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit.
Clever, but maybe not clever enough. Let's look again.
Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
Someone pinged me on Discord. Hang on. Sorry. Oh, Dan is streaming. Finally got his Wi-Fi back and I could stream. Oh, also missing moving mic. That's okay. I'm too invested in this quest here. Those are the clothes. What else could there be? That's the pool. Nothing on his identity. Honestly, at this rate with Fontaine's technology, I'm surprised they don't have any fingerprints. You could probably get fingerprints off this shit. But then again, you need the database for all the freaking fingerprints. Some of the bottles, possible synth and water from the primordial sea. These can be used as evidence to prove that. Honestly, if we want to be good detectives, we should take pictures of everything.
You take that side and Paimon will take this side. Check everything carefully. We'll find something for sure.
After some time...
Ugh. Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
Why are you looking for snacks? If you want snacks, they're in my backpack. Paimon, I found it.
Whoa, really? Let Paimon see.
Oh, let's see what this says.
Vinier. Isn't that Vache's lover's name?
Yes.
Then you found her diary. Let's see. Aw. It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She she was so sweet, too. Oh, Paimon feels even worse for her now.
Take a look at this page. She made a list of baby names. Too bad I can't read Tevet.
So many! A whole page's worth! But they're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with all of them?
It has to do with something with the fountain as well. Because earlier, in Act 1, there was a couple that were wishing at the fountain for like a healthy baby. So it has to be something with the fountain.
The final name she decided on was Marcel.
What? What does that mean?
Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vacher and Venier's grown son?
There's no way that could happen though. Unless that man has like fake records and all that. But I figured it out, Paimon. Let's go. I want to know what happens. I need to know.
Hey! Paimon still hasn't figured it out yet.
Me neither, and I'm in the dark and I want to know. Okay, notebook belonging to the lady named Venier. She records many stories of her time with her lover, Vacher. On one of these pages, she prepared many names for their future child. And the name she settled on in the end was Marcel. How is that possible, though? And I was running.
And whose image do you see, Marcel?
Oh, good. We're at the right time.
Is it a man named Vacher?
Your father, Marcel?
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Navia! We're back!
Just in time. I found a whole bunch of evidence. You might want to take a look at this.
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Of course.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
I don't know, as long as I can, because I am the Traveler, and I will do as I please.
It's all right, Monsieur Nervalette. Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
Indeed. You can say you've never heard of Vacher. Or you say you never heard of Vacher. Select.
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vacher.
He's always been it. Oh my god. Holy shit. I can't believe Traveler spoke. It's so good to hear Zach's voice again.
Huh?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything. After your lover, Venier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vacher.
Oh, that's right.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this?
Who's forcing your hand to do this?
Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vignier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever. You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Vignier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will follow. But I'm not from this blasted place. So I can't be dissolved. No matter what I do.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
Man, just pull it out of his back pocket.
I can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Do you all see? I can't go! I can't follow! So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that, and in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me! I still need to save Vignier. A promise. We made a promise. Vignier. Vignier. Please, Vignier. Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Oh, that's kind of funny to me. I don't know why.
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case. The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher, and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vignier.
Ah, see, I knew they were adventurers.
During an underwater expedition, Vignier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea, and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result. Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others, and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vignier back to life. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel, and began to operate a business in Poisson. During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene. And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Lyney as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Lyney failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
No, there has to be more. There has to be more. There's more, much more going on. It's not just him.
The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher.
It looks like a warp every time from Star Rail.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal,
oh God,
Mr. Vacher is...
They're gonna say not guilty.
Guilty.
Oh my God. I was gonna say, if that thing said not guilty, this shit is rigged.
Guards, take Vache away.
Good. It's what he deserves.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
No, someone's gonna get kidnapped again.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
Yippee! We helped Navia bring the bad guy to justice!
Let's go!
He's hurt so many innocent people and now he's finally getting what he deserves!
Death penalty. Actually, no, don't.
Huh? Are you okay?
Navia.
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
Yeah. Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner. See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
Child, where are you going?
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
Uh-oh.
Ugh, what now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Why? What evidence did someone bring up to frame him?
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
Oh, man.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges.
Oh, God, no. If I think I know what's gonna happen, just do it. Let's see what happens. It says guilty? There's no way. Why would it say that?
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Tartaglia is guilty.
How, though? Also, why? What evidence is there? Also, I didn't take a picture of his fucking eyes. Because they're so damn wide right now. How is he guilty, though?
What?
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent? What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
Are they really going into, like, his war crimes down in Leeway? Because if it is, that's kind of funny, but, like, why is it... That's not for this, though. What is this for?
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
Well, they're just... It's framing him for a crime he didn't commit, though. He still can be, like, an asshole. He committed those war crimes in Leeway and probably killed 100,000 people. A whole bunch of war crimes and shit elsewhere, but, like... This is a different crime altogether, though.
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
Child has been declared guilty by the Oratrice. Just, what is going on here?
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law,
Oh,
the final verdict
shit.
of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict. Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
Oh, no, child. Don't.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
Oh shit!
He's activating his spell legacy!
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Hey, Monsieur Novelette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
Technically, yes. Holy shit, that was kind of cool, but it was like, what the fuck kind of moment.
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court. All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
If even the Chief Justice doesn't know, you have no choice but to ask the Archon herself. Also, I forgot I was recording that the entire time. I can't wait to review that clip. Also, I've been pinged again. Who pinged me?
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it!
Well, obviously. Tell me about the Oratrice and a whole bunch of other stuff.
I don't know what happened there either. Hey, stop staring at me!
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
It must have been the first Hydro Archon that made it.
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
Put on the spot, Lady Farina.
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of some sort of random mishap? Don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
Oh, Lord.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement.
Sure.
And, of course, for every performance, there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary judgment! If you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence.
But where's the evidence that he was part of it, though?
Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable!
True, you probably shouldn't have done that, Child.
All shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Oratrice's verdict.
I think she's gone mad as well.
Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
Oh, I'm crying in your room now.
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
Yeah.
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
No.
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea.
She doesn't. She doesn't know anything. Way to pull the rug out of under her.
However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
Because like, if they're giving him a guilty verdict, it must be for something else. Because he has done some war crimes, I do know that.
Alright. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now.
What's up with me and like trying to take care of the Fatui folks?
After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff. So he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
The Harbingers are cocky sons of bitches. I'll give them that. Tragedy. Can we talk to him?
Oh, Monsieur Nervalet! That power you showed when you took him down. Who are you really?
I'm the Chief Justice of Fontaine, of course. If officers of the law lack the strength and capability to enforce it, then it makes a mockery of justice.
It's probably a good thing he landed right on top of him before he can activate the Foul Legacy, because I think he would have been pretty much unstoppable. I would have to like step in and take him down. Even though I do feel like Navia is like really powerful as well. Oh, I wonder what these people are gonna say. Where's Navia? I hope Navia's at the entrance. I want to talk to some of these people. I want to know, like, guys, you see that? That was fucking crazy, right? Holy shit, that's crazy.
Go! Phew!
Also, I just got some mail. That's what I did. Yep. And then reveal the truth behind the serial disappearance case. I feel like there's more. There has to be more to that. It can't just be one guy. One guy in experiments. There's more going on here.
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
What?
Marcel! What are you doing over here?
Yeah, why aren't you in jail?
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list!
What?
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
What is it?
Go on.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vacher?
Oh, in this fountain.
I erased all records of that name. So, unless...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Yes, I met her.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it?
It was around the Fontaine of Lucine. Something to do with the sensitivity to the hydro element.
The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along. And I just never... Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super terrible things?
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs? Very well. I will grant your request.
Alright, let's take him to him.
Your Honor, I fear that...
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
Yeah, I'll go too. He ain't going nowhere.
In that case, I shall leave him in your most capable hands, Chief Justice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hiccups. Who was yelling? Hold on. Disregard, he's on the phone. Oops, dropped my controller. Alright, let's hurry up and finish this up. I wonder if he will actually get to talk to her, or he's just gonna be just sad. Because he can't hear her. Let's find out.
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Back then, I drank water from the primordial sea and heightened my sensitivity to the hydro element.
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well? Oh, in that case...
Vache!
Ah!
Yes, that's it! So you heard it too!
Vinier, it's me! It's me, Vache!
Vache? Vache!
I'm here! I'm here! Where are you, Vinier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
He's going in the fountain.
Hey, wait! Be careful! Hey, wait!
Vinier, is that you? It's me, Vache! Vinier!
I just jump in the freaking fountain?
Vache? Why did you come? Didn't I say? You don't need to look for me. You look a lot older than I remember. How long has it been?
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left. All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me. I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you all of my feelings like this? Vinier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
But Vache, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
Oh.
What are you saying?
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day. If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks. It's all because of your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
Whoa.
You... Wait, you are not Vinier. Who are you?
You're right. I am not Vinier. I am the sacrifices.
Oh, shit. Is this all of them compiled into the one Oceanid?
Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals. But we became one, just as streams of water come together in the sea. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine. The only one I am not is Vinier.
Why? But then, where is Vinier?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became?
I bet you regret your regret coming in here now.
You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist. The only thing you are not is Vigniere's beloved. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vigniere's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
Looks like I didn't meet Vigniere back then either. They must have wanted me to lure Marcel here from the very beginning.
No! Vigniere! She can't hate me. Let me see her, please. Have mercy.
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vigniere. She really doesn't want to see you anymore.
Then why was she calling for him then?
But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
Oh, fuck.
Vache. Vache? Vache? Vache. 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 Vache.
Oh, that's fucking creepy.
Drown.
Oh, he dead. Later, the guards find that the culprit of the serial disappearance of young case Marcel appeared to have lost his soul. Whether the... Oh, I can't read it! Several days later, holy shit. He died of a massive fright. Holy, he got scared so bad, he died. It's raining.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
My legs are killing me.
Ah, well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
Hello, Navia.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
You as well. Oh, look at the little bow. Hell yeah.
Oh, hey, Navia! It's been a few days. Paimon's already started to miss you.
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't treasure having a partner like me?
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since the trial?
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the courts in Sen. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back then, no one was going to come. This time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court all attended.
Nice.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to hear.
It's been the dearest wish of Demoiselle all along.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago.
Things turned out as well as they could have.
Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial service.
And?
Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there, and there was no way she'd just let me go.
Huh? So you know Charlotte too? The Charlotte? Journalist from the Steambird?
Yeah, way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula, she was all over me. Wouldn't take no for an answer. I believe the story was called The True Heart of Darkness, Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose.
Yellow Rose.
To be fair, though, it was a really flattering feature. So, we've been on pretty good terms ever since. She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial disappearances case.
Oh yeah, she told us about that. She's always been super interested in that case, so now her wish has finally come true too.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the Opera House with the critical evidence, that you both sound really cool.
Now that's another thing to look forward to. We trust Charlotte's skills with a pen for sure.
Oh, and in other news, I also took Clorand out for a meal.
Oh, nice.
Oh, are you two on better terms now?
While you were investigating Vache's headquarters, Clorand gave testimony on my father's behalf. It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time, so we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
Good.
Oh, that's great. Paimon also thought Clorand wasn't actually a bad person. It's always good to have more friends.
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public consciousness. Oh, actually, there's still one last thing I need to do.
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave, and tell him the truth of what happened, as well as how it all ended. And on top of that, just how much people still look up to him, to this day. That includes me, too.
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
Can I come too?
Mm-hmm. We want to go too. We also think Callus is a really admirable person.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if we can reach Poisson before dark.
Yeah, you're right. It's been raining non-stop for a few days now.
Wait, it's been raining non-stop? That's not good.
Huh. This is where my father's grave is. To be perfectly honest, even I haven't been back here for a long time.
Huh? There's someone there already. Wait. That figure. It can't be...
Oh, who is it?
Isn't that Neuvillette? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
What are you doing all the way out here?
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize. I wanted to show my father how much I've grown. But still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Neuvillette. In any case, why did you come to Poisson?
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is justice anyway?
Oh, this feels like Inazuma. What even is the meaning of eternity, and what does it mean to the people of Inazuma, to the Archon and all that?
There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives. Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callus proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him. And in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for the sake of justice. A justice that's higher than life itself. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callus in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days. That high and mighty chair in the Opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh? That reminds me of Silver, one of my guys.
Sorry about that. Self-expression is not one of my strong suits.
Didn't I just say you don't need to apologize?
Ah, so Navia and Neuvillette seem to have made their peace as well.
Yay, progress.
Let's not disturb them for now. We can wait till after they're done. Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Did Paimon do anything rude there?
Well, you're not usually supposed to fly around someone's grave.
Huh? Oh, Paimon didn't know that was a thing. But Paimon doesn't know what she would do if she can't fly. Oh no. Paimon hopes Miss Navia won't be too mad.
Smug Traveler. Wow, she took it seriously. Totally just bamboozled her.
Anyway, Neuvillette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so why don't we go talk to him for a bit? If we can't talk to Lady Farina, we can at least talk to him, right?
Yeah, he should know what's going on. Even though he doesn't know what's up with the Oratrice. Or, you know, I could just leave and have them chill here for a moment. Hopefully this is the end of the quest, because I'm getting kind of tired.
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
No, I just wanted to join.
Mm-hmm. We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
I see. Then is there something that I can help you with?
I have questions.
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you like this, since you're usually super busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
About the water from the Primordial Sea.
So, at court, the bad guys referred to that special water as water from the Primordial Sea, but what is it really?
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say it nurtured much of the life on this planet.
It's probably most of everything here, along with some of the creatures that are only here in Fontaine. Like the water droplets.
Huh. So it really was where everything began. It makes sense to call it primordial then.
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet's surface.
Where does it exist now? Deep down? Celestia?
What Vacher discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
Huh. So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Neuvillette. But if that's the case, then why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in that kind of water?
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead?
Yeah.
To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some unknown secrets around the people of this land. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Yes, I got a lot. About the prophecy... Actually, hold up. About my sibling. No, just go prophecy. About the prophecy that's circling around Fontaine.
That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good. Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
Yeah.
That's right! It was Lyney that told us back then. And that about covers all the main points.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
How come we can't ask the question about what was the former Hydro Archon like? Did you know her?
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels, and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant, and stay on the watch for further signs.
Yeah, the rising sea levels, all this rain.
Speaking of the prophecy, Furina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat for this purpose. If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Furina by her predecessor.
But with Furina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
No.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
He just avoided that question, too. He knows she can't. About Child.
My apologies. My investigation has still not reached its conclusion.
Yeah.
However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
Huh? But you also said you thought he was innocent!
I feel like the Oratrice is like deeming him guilty of other crimes.
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it.
And I feel like since he is an actual Fatui Harbinger, they're like, no, this guy's guilty.
Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness.
It probably does realize that Child has done some pretty bad things. Therefore, guilty in justice terms.
Which is all to say, I've been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
I hope we get to experience it in Act 3.
Huh. So when Lyney told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate.
Hopefully we actually get to go into the Oratrice and hear the voice and see what's up with it.
In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information. Based on Furina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though, with her time-tested twin tricks of bravado and drama. While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, for now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede.
I'm sure he's fine. He'll be okay. Probably getting a lot of fights, but he'll be fine.
If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed by the law.
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
About my sibling.
Your sibling? Another blonde-haired traveler? I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone who matches that description.
Exactly. No one else knows about it except the Abyss. And the fact that we can't just go follow the Abyss around, go follow Dane and all that crap, kind of makes me mad.
If she ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure she followed our laws to the letter, and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera Epiclese.
She probably did.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
I have no more questions.
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. I very much enjoyed conversing with you.
Likewise.
It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memornia.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because you had the day off.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the clock as well. This is merely the nature of a justice's work.
All right, Batman.
All right. You've got a point. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
Also, that's beautiful. Nice. Oh, new quest? There's more? Oh, there's a lot more. Yeah, that's it for the Archon quest. Okay. Alright, well that was very nice. Not the way I was expecting it to go, depicting like the trailer. I think it was mostly because of the way people were like memeing it about. Was basically, oh yeah, we're going to Fontaine, based off France. We're gonna have a French Revolution. And the way like the trailer played out, I totally thought there was gonna be like some type of revolution with the courts, like the courts being unjust, but like it is totally like flipped it upside down. I was not expecting to like meet the Hydro Archon just like that. I knew like there was gonna be some like court stuff going on, detective work and all that, but like this, like I was not expecting that at all. I was expecting this story to go like a different way, and so I'm kind of glad that it kind of threw me off. What is this? Oh, it's for Nahida. Okay. There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of quests I need to do. Like these are all my story quests. Probably do Lyney's story quest, maybe. I definitely gotta do Fox Mommy's quest. Eventually I will get to him. But today ain't that day. Jeez, it's very hot in my room now. I'll have to do some of this stuff tomorrow. But I'm going to end the stream here. Thanks for watching, and I'll edit this video out a little bit. But yeah, that's for the day.